Through that Stanford game, what were some of the elements that contributed to the defense having such a better game like it did?
We definitely tried to attack more, or we did attack more. The D-line tried to defend the line of scrimmage as much as possible, and we tried to affect the game because it's something we've been lacking before then. So our definite goal was to affect the game and defend the line of scrimmage.
So was that the game plan going in? Put more pressure on the line of scrimmage, put more pressure on that quarterback?
I mean, it's the game plan for every game, but last week we definitely tried to emphasize it.
So what was the difference between the rest of the season and this season in getting pressure?
That's a great question. The difference was that we were actually who we want to be last game. So we know what we're capable of, and the problem is us performing at what we're capable of every week. So I think last week we kind of tapped into our true potential.
So it's not really tactical. It wasn't a game plan. It was more a player execution.
I feel like
aggressiveness.
Just as a D line, we just need to focus and do what we're told to do and do what we're capable of doing every game. So our D line coach tells us to dent line of scrimmage, penetrate, wreak havoc in the backfield, and when we do that, we're successful. So.
How do you get consistency in that type of play? So every game, you come and you're prepared to play the way you guys did against Stanford.
Can you repeat yourself? I'm sorry.
How do you get the consistency to play the same way you did against Stanford, against ASU coming up, and the rest of the season?
It's definitely just a mindset. We got to come in ready to play. It's definitely just reviewing film and visualizing what you're doing before you do it, and reading the backfield and knowing what you got to do, and acting out on it every game.
Getting success against Stanford, how much does that help the confidence as a unit?
I think it's just solidified what we know we're capable of doing. So we've been confident every game. It's just we need to act on it and do what we know we can do.
How about your role in all this? You've kind of moved around a little. You were a linebacker. You had your hand down. Now you kind of are a rush specialist at the same
something like that.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about how this whole thing's evolved for you.
For me, it's just fitting in where I can and giving back to the team any way I can. Our coach always talks about giving back. He himself gives back. Each of us as a player has to give back in any way we can to the team. So for me, whether it's running to the ball as hard as I can or getting on every tackle when I can or rushing the passer, for me it's just been giving back. So that's all I try to do.
Do you like that matchup, lining up inside against a lot heavier guys when you're, 250? A little bit quicker?
I mean, it's fun all the time. Playing football is fun. So any challenge should be fun too.
But do you like it? I mean, do you like that advantage?
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously a size difference, and it carries out in different ways sometimes, but I like it.
Are you really happy with the way you're being used?
Yeah. I'm happy to contribute.
You're from Arizona.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends on ASU, and did you ever think about going to ASU?
I mean, obviously my recruiting process, I thought about going to ASU, but I ended up choosing UCLA. I know a few kids on the team. Caleb, I roomed with him in the Army game, senior year of high school. Eno was on that team too.
Remind everybody why you decided on UCLA back then.
I wanted to pursue a really good academic career as well as an athletic one, and I thought, and I still do think that UCLA has the best of both worlds, where I can focus on academics, where they allow me to pour myself into that, while also giving myself a future in my athletic career.
What do you see from ASU's offense that's particularly challenging, you think?
I would say our biggest challenge to tackle would be boxing in the QB. He likes to run a lot, and then Eno's really shifty. So we definitely just had to game tackle and box the QB in.
Shifty quarterbacks like that are always put additional pressure on guys like you that are going after the quarterback. What can you specifically do to make sure that he doesn't get out and create damage?
Just box him in. So we got to keep our eyes on the quarterback, rush in our specific pass lanes, not create seams in the defense, and we'll be fine.
The step forward that you guys made in that game, have you talked about it after the game, that this is what we want to do? You're saying it's a matter of doing it. Have you talked with the rest of the defense about it?
We talk about it every day in practice. We talk about the standard and how we need to meet the standard every day. And we know where we have to be, and we show it every day in practice. So the problem is just putting that into the game. And that's what I think we did last last game.
Was there a difference in practice today, you think, coming off that game? Was there a difference in feeling,
Oh,
tone?
no, not at all. It's the same thing. Every practice. Do the same thing. We're working the same way.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Good
it.
job, buddy. Good job.
Good job. The defense seemed to make a stride against Stanford. What went into that, do you think? What were some of the elements that contributed?
Before the game, we just told each other play free and play your game. Our coaches tell us go out there and play instinct football, and that's what we went out there and did.
You led the team in tackling. Is this the first time you've done that?
Yes, I believe so.
What gave you talk to us about your game and how that happened, that you led the team?
Well, really, I'm just where the ball is, and if I'm near the ball, I'm trying to get it down or get it in completion or in tackle. So if I'm near the ball, I'm trying to get it out or get it down. So that's how it led me to being the leader in tackles.
The team in general tackles much better in this particular ball game. What do you attribute that to?
I want to say the Oregon State game. During that game, we had a lot of missed tackles, so we went back in the film the next week during that bye week, and we just told ourselves if we want to kill the X plays and get more stops on defense, we need to tackle more, and that's what we did.
How do you keep the good play up and be consistent and take it the rest of the way, the rest of the season?
Well, it's just really by one play at a time. If you get the pass and then live in the present.
It seemed like you really responded to keeping the ball in front of you, being able to move forward rather than back. I mean, did that help you get as many tackles as you did, just being able to attack?
Yes, it slows the games down for me, and then also for the rest of my teammates.
So what do you have to do against ASU? What do you see from them?
They're a very real talented team. They just came off a lot from Utah, so I know they're going to come into the Rose Bowl trying to be excited to get another win. So kill our momentum going their way during the game, and then just playing our game technique-wise, and then just getting in the film.
Playing against another young quarterback, how key would it be to get pressure on him?
Real big, but as I've seen and we've seen as a defense, he's been balling throughout these first few games. So, he's been balling throughout these first few games. The pressure, especially coming off of last week, I feel like we get to him.
You know some guys on that team?
Yes.
Have you been talking with him or texting with him at all?
No. I mean, if anything, they'll probably hit me days before they get out here, but mostly I'll talk to somebody pre-game.
You know Jaden, quarterback? No.
How's it been dealing with that, playing back there without Lake, without Quinn, and how has Guidry done?
I mean, it's very different going into fall camp. I was with him the whole way, and then the first few games, but as in college football and any other sport, it's next man up, and Guidry's done a great job stepping in, replacing, and taking the starting position.
Do you think this might be a kind of a turnaround game for the defense?
Yes, but I don't want to rely on the pass.
Okay, good deal. Thanks, Stephan.